1-point ball game heading into the second quarter. Zinc Cream is on a warmish afternoon in Sydney. Had a fun run blocking up the roads here about 5 hours ago. And a bar was successful, weren't they?
She certainly was. My sister, number 4. She'll love that shout out.
As Petrevski-Seton gets her hands on it again. Possession number 12 already. Egan's kick was smothered by Allen, and now Parker just waits the kick for Privatelli. Great fist over the top from Downey. And now Carlton are going the other way in a hurry. Good penetration in the kick. Giants had the read on it, though, and here's Hetherington returning today, trying to link up with Stevenson and sock it to a teammate, and that's well played. Eva went back and just slipped a little high, that tackle from Petrevski-Seton, but we've already seen her pinged for a dangerous tackle. Is that something she's got to work on heading into the next season?
She's just so aggressive, and the one she got suspended for, like, to be honest, was all momentum, but they were pretty pumped in terms of her aggression, but she just wraps you up. The beauty of a good tackler is the ability to pin both arms, and she does that so well. Used to be a problem with Surioli doing that too. He used to fold them up like a deck chair. So the ability that she follows through with a tackle, she might need to adjust her technique slightly.
Here is Petrevski-Seton tidying up, and a long entry towards Vesio. A bit of holding has been spotted here. And it's going against Carlton. Taylor Harris was getting in the early work that time on Hetherington, who runs and carries and combines with Beeson over the top. Nice link up there by the Giants, and Privatelli read it well further up the ground. Smith is making a move inside 50 that's vacant. And just chipped to Staunton for now, who wheels onto that right boot of hers. Can get penetration in the kick. Smith wasn't expecting it. A good read by Pound defensively. She's under immense pressure. Both Giants went to ground, and Carlton able to get it out of there through Charlotte Wilson, who returned to the team today.
Lucky for Carlton to get out of that one. They're definitely a goal opportunity for the Giants, but great to see Priv doing some really nice work on Alison Downey. Just had plenty of space then. She's
certainly bounced back from being dropped. She came back into the team and got straight on the scoreboard. So sometimes those players just like a little bit of a wake-up call, but she's certainly finished off the season well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, kick 3 on return against St Kilda, and gestured towards the coach that she was ready to play again after kicking 1 or 2 of those. And here go the Giants again. Numbers around the ball. Hetherington and Stevenson able to put a ruck under pressure. Allen tried to scoop it up. Here comes Harris trying to do similar. Clever little paddle to the advantage of Plain, but it's over the boundary line in the end. Taylor Harris going off for a rest. Kicked 4 goals this season. A former All-Australian. Here's McKay trying to get away from Tully, who held on. And that was well played by McKay.
Well, that was Tully.
And puts it right into the central corridor, and backing back with bravery was Elise Parker. The farmer girl who just keeps on racking up possessions.
She is. She's so tough, Park. She just puts her head over the footy and isn't afraid to go back with the flight either.
Well done by Hosking, and the tackle was quickly applied by Bennett. No whistle, and the Giants got an advantage out of it anyway. At ground level, Staunton turned Laluifi inside out, and the kick looks pretty good. Staunton's got 2.
That was danger sides. You'll see on this replay, as soon as this hit the ground, I had a little smile on my face going, she's just going to do her best work. You can see here just the acceleration to get the positioning that she wanted, and then she cuts right. That was always going to be a goal. That was sensational play. And signature Staunton, as they would say.
Another PlayStation replay for you, provided on a Staunton goal.
Said this a number of times, Nick. Footy field doesn't know how old you are. Just when you're playing this type of football, you just keep playing because you're a long time retired.
Absolutely. I don't think Cora would be too happy about us talking about her age again, but she absolutely, I think she'd actually prefer the footy on the ground than right out in front of her, an easy mark. So great to see her kick that.
Only got 5 to go to catch Vesio. She's up to 10. Ooh. Cora Staunton. Maybe the Giants are just going to keep on feeding Cora Staunton, but Vesio's got to stay on 15, of course, for that to unfold. And Staunton would need a PB as Press-Parkas looks in Vesio's direction. They leave it for the kick from the boundary line instead. An important goalkeeper work to rush it through for the behind in the end.
Good to see Nick's texting El McConnell to just get it to Staunton to knock Vesio off the top of the leading goal kickers.
So you never know, it's AFLW.
Back in there by Moody. Here's G again, such a creative player. Egan just elects to grubber that one towards a teammate. Hopeful that she can make the most of it. And did she what? It was a brilliant effort by Stevens, just through for the one behind in the end.
And Maddie Press-Parkas again, just in the mixed, right in the forward line. So not only through the middle of the ground, stoppages, just gets inside, just creates a forward opportunity.
Stevens looking for Parker. Carlton got numbers around the footy. Egan, again, McKay played it cleverly, entitled to a free kick perhaps as Beeson bowled her over. And the umpire let that one roll. Clever footy player. There's McKay. Father-daughter pick-up for Carlton. Moody with an emphatic thump over the top of Allen that time, but the Giants affect the clearance. And Plain takes the mark. Vesio's on the lead. And coming across her bows was her teammate. Here's Walker. She's not reading from the Vesio script.
No, she'll get a spray from Darcy for that one, but it was actually quite a good lead because they were cutting across each other, running a pretty good forward pattern.
So the Kiwi-born forward who switched to AFLW a couple of years back from rugby. Does she get the distance on it? Yes, she does. And Carlton hit the front. Brooke Walker with a lovely finish.
Absolutely, and Brooke Walker's one of those players that's come across from another sport with Chloe Dalton actually at Carlton from rugby sevens, and just such a great athlete.
Great finish too. So we can see now they're starting to get their mojo on a little bit, Carlton, with their forward entries. I mentioned the leading patterns, but it's very promising signs in their front half.
Actually debuted against the Giants in 2019 and has kicked 13 goals, 12 now in her career.
Definitely a dangerous player and one to keep an eye on.
Again, Moody making a statement today with their ruck work. Eva was under pressure and Carlton have the numbers as Loynes followed up. And another mark taken overhead by Stevens this time, and Vesio tells her to buy some time. Will she go for goal here? Vesio is now back in the equation in the goal square and gets the distance easily to Stevens, but to the near side.
Stevens is actually having one of her best seasons she's ever had, I believe, and she's really making a name for herself in that Carlton forward line.
Hard to believe she took a long time to go forward, Dicko.
I know. I mean, when you're obviously in your career, you can find your way late in your career, twilight. I never pushed back, Speedy, if that's what you're alluding to. I was never getting away from the big sticks, but I don't mind the swings, and we've seen it even last night in the Gold Coast Suns with Jack Lukosius. His junior football is forward and back through the mids, and now he's on the wing playing a pivotal role for them.
I'm still waiting to get my call up forward.
You'll get it, don't worry. I got my call down back, made sure the forward kicked 6, so I was never going to go back there ever again.
So Loynes got the free kick for the tackle, and the set shot again just to that near side. So they've had some chances to really pour on the scoreboard pressure here.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Like, they're inside 50s now. They're looking so dangerous. They're not allowing any fast play with the Giants, so certainly dominating the time in forward half.
This is all the way through to Harrington. Clean bowl, Del Pos. Good no-look handball to O'Day. And she saw her teammate in space, weighted that kick perfectly for Brazzali.
That was supervision, Nick, wasn't it? Like, she was going to hook the ball to the top of the square and then just pulled it at the last minute, saw the space out wide.
And great work rate from Brazzali as well to get to that spot on from the wing as well.
Goal-kicking accuracy wasn't always her thing. 6 goals, 10 in her career, but 3 goals won this season. Make it 4 goals won, and Carlton are opening up a margin here.
I'm not sure what Carlton are talking about in their team meetings at the moment, but they've got to get it to Vesio. What are they thinking?
Well, you've got to spread the load, as they say. But you can see here, this is great vision. Could have snapped it. That's a beautiful kick from O'Day, just to pull that to the space, to the advantage. And what a finish. Great action. Nice low ball drop. As I said, they're starting to heat up, Carlton. So the reigning goals at the moment. Al McConnell might have to drop a couple of players back just to stop this.
It's back-to-back weeks that she's drilled a set shot from 35 or 40 metres out. It's a great weapon to have.
Yeah. Absolutely, and great work rate from a winger as well to make sure they get forward and get dangerous too.
McKay again, in tight, able to put it out in front of Loynes, who just wouldn't sit for her. And Eva able to take it the other way. The Giants looking for an inside 50 and to hit back on the scoreboard if they can. Mackerel sits up eventually, but the boundary line was looming. And O'Day enjoyed the physical contact. They go at it again, those two.
Well, no finals, but there's plenty to play for out here.
Daniel Harford has been used to finals in his first 2 years, played in the grand final a couple of years back. No finals this year for the Blues. Oh, great overhead mark taken by Hosking.
Super hands, and they're looking dangerous up forward here.
Does it get over the back? Vesio nudged under it, and Pepper Randall tracks back. Good pressure applied. Loynes is just providing that immense pressure with those tackles inside forward 50, and she's rewarded again here, the skipper.
That's what happens with your forward pressure. You don't need to mark it. You've got those small forwards, and as a defender, you just feel under pressure the whole time in terms of when you want to exit and rebound.
Absolutely. I think Carlton's got a really well-balanced forward line. They have that great mixture of forwards that work hard on the ground and up in the air as well.
Had a season-high 14 disposals last week. She's had a couple of shots in the last couple of minutes, and same result. 7 goals, 11 now in her AFLW career.
So we've got inside 50s now, 18-7. So not allowing it at any stage to walk down the other end of the field to the Giants' forward half.
Seen Stevenson's take a lot of those kick-ins lately. Hetherington was given the role that time.
Yeah, I mean, Hetherington's normally the one who takes the kick-ins for the Giants. Both of them excellent long kicks, so they'll probably share the load today.
McKinnon with the follow-up work. O'Day with the physicality. And the skipper goes after it again. Loynes to the voice of Egan, and in space, over the top. The ruck in Moody. Decent kick as well. Oh, Hosking couldn't quite complete the mark. Had 2 or 3 cracks at it.
It was in good form. Took a great contested mark before, and 3 bites of the cherry here, and almost 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I thought she was going to take that.
Speedy might be able to tell me who was in slips for Australia when they kicked it off their foot. And
Tubby Taylor.
Tubby Taylor almost had that one.
Brazali back in there again. Off the hands of Stevens. It's 3-on-3 here. Spilt out kindly for the Giants, who work it clear through Garnett. Carlton looking to lock it in. Eva with a clever kick down the line, but no touch from Mackerel. I don't think the lasso is signalled. Moody doesn't waste any time. Another overhead mark attempted by Stevens that time, and we'll get the stoppage deep inside Carlton's forward 50.
You can see they're all drawn up now, Nick. Obviously, haven't had any transition rebound, so they're all trying to support, even Cora Staunton, Privatelli. So everyone's hands on deck to try and get this out.
Cora does like to get nice and deep, try and get her hands on the footy a fair bit. They're going to have to be careful, though, because we do like to kick it over the back, and if we don't have numbers back there, Carlton are just going to rebound again.
Nick Barr, the injured Giant, with us in commentary today. And a clever kick back inboard by Harrington. McAvoy sets it up, and Del Pos just nudging her opponent under the footy, then left it there for Walker, who tried to spill it out, and the umpire says, give it to me.
The key for the Giants here is just going to make, to make sure that the Carlton girls don't get too much of a run on. It's really hard to come back if they kick a couple more goals, so we just need to settle and be nice and calm under pressure here.
Yeah, 2 goals, the margin right now, but you saw that inside 50 stat a moment ago. In this quarter alone, 14-2 now.
Yeah, it's just the dominance. And sometimes when you're stuck in your back half trying to get it out, trying to rush yourself as well, which forces you into turnovers.
Eva was sweating on Petrevski-Seton. The follow-up work from Beeson was very tidy. Overhead mark didn't stick it long enough, said the umpire, and they're on here, the Giants potentially. Forward 50 is vacant for them. Staunton gives her teammate one to chase. Laloifi with speed, able to tidy up.
Yeah, so this is what I'm just talking about. Now we can see that Cora's pushed all the way up the ground to try and give a little bit more support to the Giants girls. But what happens then is Carlton are able to drop a number back, and they intercept and bring it back out again.
They get a repeat entry here. Tani Evans and Staunton now inside forward 50, taking on all comers, dancing around them, lines up for number 3, and Laloifi denies her one for the highlight reel.
The zig, the zag, Speedy. Oh, that would have been a sensational goal. Have a look at this. How good's her agility, and acceleration? This is any young girl watching this. That's what you want to do. Oh, that would have been a sensational finish.
Absolute pain to train on, Cora Staunton.
Another bounce might have been handy there for her to buy an extra 5 metres to clear Laloifi, but the movement, she played every sport under the sun in Ireland and showcased all of those skills there. Bit of rugby stuff going on as Del Pos back inboard. McKay applied the tackle quickly on Garnett, and Del Pos is pinged. The ball was jolted free. She didn't have it for too long. That's her complaint. But Taylor Harris rewarded inside the final minute of the first half, and Carlton with that 11-point buffer.
Yeah, Del Pos not too happy with that free kick, but it just looks like Carlton are outnumbering a little bit more around the ground and around the footy at this stage, so Giants are going to have to get on top of that.
Again, wow, it was almost unopposed because there'd been a block going on. Elise Parker might have given away the free kick on O'Day. This is swinging back towards goal and nearly bounced through, intended for Vesio, and just the minor score.
This is the troubling signs. El McConnell will be scratching his head going, OK, in terms of our transition rebound, look at this. Missing targets, under enormous pressure down here.
Oh, Chris Parkes didn't quite stick that tackle. That strength shown by Stevens to bust through it. Likewise, Goodsir, who went shoulder to shoulder with O'Day, and the umpire is circling here. Carlton able to get another decision. Their tackling has been ferocious. And McKay's had a sensational quarter. Look around, you've got a ball coming your way, a little late to react in the goal square. And Carlton missed a chance there. Stevens under pressure here. There's one to soccer through, potentially. Instead, the Giants able to rush it through. What was going on there?
I'm not sure. Darcy Vesio standing there going, hang on, is this ball coming to me? On her own. It was a bit bizarre, to be honest.
Keep your eyes on the footy at all times if you can.
Should absolutely
have eyes in the back of your head as a forward.
Siren about to sound after a dominant quarter from the visitors. Carlton have taken control with inside 50 after inside 50. And it's 3 goals 8. Plays 2 goals 1 at the main break.